is the former governor of the Bank of Israel and one of the economists speaking out. He joins me, Jacob joins me from Tel Aviv. It is always good to see you, sir. I'm grateful for you tonight. Look, you obviously don't speak out very often on major controversial issues like this, so you must feel pretty strongly that there's something wrong. But what's the core of your worry?
Well, the main core is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There are tremendous challenges today. We are talking about a very sweeping overhaul of the judicial system, at the end of which the concept is that the balance and the checks and balances is going to be altered in a very fundamental way. The judicial side will be weakening, and its ability to control the government will also be weakened. Now, Israel has succeeded extremely well over the past decades. It has excelled, it has developed the high tech, it has been integrated into the world economy, much of it under the leadership of Prime Minister Netanyahu. And what we feel now is that the Justice Minister with Netanyahu, with the new government, are aiming to change fundamentally the balance, and we see significant risks in it. And it's not purely ideological or polemical one. I come into it as a completely non-partisan, purely professional, and I look at experience of other countries that have gone through this. I look at Poland, I look at Hungary, I look at, well, much more extreme, Turkey. Everywhere where the judicial system has weakened, economic performance has weakened, foreign investment has declined, rating of the rating agencies have worsened, and the economy suffered. So what I'm saying is, I'm sure that there are areas for improvement, but it has to be done in a very thoughtful way, in a more consensual way, and
so Jacob,
without
Jacob, let me jump in. The fundamental fear that you're expressing is that investors would shy away from putting either fund money or direct investments into Israeli companies.
Absolutely. And in a fundamental sense, Israel has benefited immensely from integrating into the world financial system. Foreign investment has been huge, especially into the high-tech sectors. We have been called the startup nation, and we basically say, come on, don't risk it. Foreign investors have voted with their feet if in favor of Israel, and they may vote with their feet when they are unhappy with the developments, and they express concern, deep concerns.
Right. So what about the Prime Minister when he says, these proposals were on the table during the election and we got elected. We are obliged by mandate to do it?
Well, there is no question that the elections concluded conclusively and created a legitimate victory and a legitimate government. But I would claim, and I think everyone with that has concern would claim, that the details of the reform have not been spelled out. Of course, the government has been elected in a legitimate way. They always said that they want to reform the judicial system, but the extent to which it is now being discussed has never been on the table. And let me just say, when people went to the voting booth, they voted for parties. They did not vote for a specific item on the agenda. And that's the way it's always going to be. But as we discuss now specifically the judicial reform, the issue is not to do it through force and through the fact that one has a majority, but rather it has to be much more inclusive. It's going to affect the life of everyone in the country. And therefore, if you want to go through this, do a referendum on that issue. But I don't think that's the need. You need to exchange views, and it is a professional issue. I would say we are not talking about a political agenda. We need to talk about it in a professional way, and I do not believe that some of the proposals are emanated from an economic analysis of their unintended consequences. And that's all. We are saying we are in a world of risk management. Don't take this risk, explore it to the end, and create the consensus. This is all that we are saying.
And it's good to have you say it on Quest Means Business. I'm very grateful to you. Good to see you. You're looking as well as
one
ever.
More point. I would say that there is a great majority of the economic profession in Israel that is very, very concerned about it. And let me just say, Prime Minister Netanyahu has led the economy of Israel to new heights. There is no reason to take a chance and to risk these achievements.
I'm grateful, sir. Thank you.